Armed terrorists Wednesday night launched a brazen attack on Goningora community situated in the Chukun local government area of Kaduna State along the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Now, an unspecified number of individuals were reportedly abducted by the assailants, after which the bandits also set a military van ablaze. This distressing incident led residents along the Kaduna-Abuja highway to protest the insecurity within their communities, blocking the highway and causing a traffic gridlock. The protesters are demanding heightened efforts from security agencies and the state government to address the escalating security challenges. Meanwhile, the Kaduna State Security Council has warned against the blockade of public roads and harassment of innocent citizens by protesters. Members of the Kaduna State Security Council, while interacting with community leaders upon visiting the area over the matter, expressed dissatisfaction with the menace of blocking roads, a situation which infringes on the rights of citizens and travelers from other states who are on transit.
An incident at Angon outer axis of Goningora, where a number of citizens were kidnapped, and we also have an unfortunate situation where a citizen was also shot dead instantly at that location. And members of the armed forces, supported by other security agencies, actually moved to the location immediately, and they were able to come in contact with the said bandit. It may also interest you to know that in the course of the contact, we were able to rescue some citizens, but some citizens are also missing. We cannot account for them. But as we speak, troops supported by other security agencies are trailing them.
Well, let's get a sense of the situation of things now, and we'll be crossing live to Kaduna to speak with the Overseeing Commissioner for the Ministry of Internal Security in Kaduna State. Thank you so much, Samuel Aruwan, for joining us right here. And there's some sense of good news, actually, from that statement you made as at yesterday, that some people were rescued while others are still at large after that terrorist attack. Can you bring us to speed as to what exactly is the situation on those who were abducted?
Well, thank you very much for having me. I am happy to inform you that we successfully cleared the Kaduna-Abuja route yesterday because blocking that route can be hijacked by people who don't wish us well to actually trigger a widespread breakdown of law and order. And it may also interest you to know that from Wednesday night to the early hours of yesterday, troops supported by other security agencies have been working in that general area. I wouldn't want to give more details regarding what we are doing as far as the kidnapping of Ungwang Outer in Goningora general area is concerned. But the most important thing is we are up and doing, and we are on our feet. Furthermore, as we speak, we are engaging with members of the community, engaging with the traditional institution, community leaders, and other critical stakeholders. I am happy to also let you know that there was a high-powered delegation from the top echelon of the Nigerian army that is presently reviewing the security situation in that general area. We are also grateful to other critical stakeholders who help us in ensuring that we cleared the road. We were actually looking at things beyond blocking of the road. Why did I say so? If you look at Kaduna-Abuja road, it is a very strategic area. 6 states, apart from Kaduna, from the northwestern part of this country, used Kaduna-Abuja road as a means of reaching out to the federal capital and the rest of southern part of this country. vice versa, those that are coming those that are traveling to the northwestern part of this country passes through Abuja up to Kaduna and get to their location. So in a situation where the road is blocked, where hoodlums capitalize on that incident, it could actually become a trigger of a breakdown of law and order. And that is why yesterday we moved swiftly to the location, and we successfully cleared the road, and we explained to members of the community that there is no justification of blocking the road. Immediately we received the alert from Ongwan Outer on Wednesday night. We acted. We reached out to the military and other security agencies who also moved to the location, like I said in the said interview you played. And they came in contact with them. And you saw what happened there, where one of our patrol van was actually set ablaze. We also lost one of our security volunteer. And troops gave them a hot chase, where they rescued three members of the community who were among those that were initially kidnapped from the location. So this is what we tried to do yesterday, to explain to them that we are a listening government. We are here for people of the state, and it is our responsibility to do what we think is right. But what is important is we should not create a situation where we will have further breakdown of law and order, a situation that will not help us. But we've been doing a lot in that general area, Somna.
All right, very good situation you've created there. I mean, a very good scenario. But these residents, I mean, the residents of that axis, which I know very well, are worried that this is happening over and over, and that for this time around, it lasted about 3 hours before the security forces could actually come to their rescue. And so they are trying to say that the Kaduna State government should work with the federal government to ensure that they don't have to wait this long if there's something that's happening like that again. So could you also talk to us about how the government is working with community leaders to ensure that the people are safe?
Okay, well, I will also want to explain to you that it is not true that it took us 3 hours or so before we acted. I got a distress call at around 11:30. And before I reached out to the military, sources on the ground had equally reached out to them, and they were mobile to the location. And if they were not there in a good time, how do they get in contact with the said bandit? Why is it that they were able to rescue 3 members of the community who were initially kidnapped? I quite agree that once people are in distress, once people face a situation like this, definitely they will not be happy. Definitely they will react in an unsatisfied manner. But what I want you to know is we are working in harmony with all the federal security agencies that are working in that general area. If you look at Kaduna-Abuja Road from Regina, where we have the Sector 4 of Joint Task Force that is codenamed Operation Wild Punch, they are working from Achilubu, from Gadamala Mama to Jire general area, coming to around Kasarami, Dutse, and other locations. If you also take a look at Kankomi general area, we have a reasonable troops that are there. And it is that troops, you know, that are watching over what is happening around Kaso. If you also look at the Chukun axis of Kaduna-Beningwari Road, from Udawa, from Buruku, from Kuriga, from Damba, Kasaya, from Dande, from Kiparishi, Kadi general area, you will realize that we are doing quite a lot in that location. And I also want you to know that it is not possible to have deployment in all the nook and crannies of the entire part of Kaduna State. But you should know that we have a system that is working, traditional institutions, religious institutions, community leaders. We have a meeting point where we are sharing intelligence, where we are reviewing situation, where our attention is being drawn to issues that required our immediate attention. And we are also responding. We have a cordial relationship. And like you know, Kaduna State is the first subnational in Nigeria to have a ministry dedicated to security, which many states have now copied. Now we have a lot of things that we're doing. We have a situation room where we are receiving communication from all parts of the state with more emphasis on frontline locations. Security personnel are deployed to our situation room that is situated right here in the ministry. Once we get an information about movement of bandit or a threat that could snowball into breakdown of law and order, we take immediate action. And you can see that what we are doing is collaborative and participatory security management. And that was why yesterday we moved to the location side by side with the Commissioner of Police, the Garrison Commander, the Director of Department of State Services, and other heads of security agents. So we are working together. We understand the importance of public safety. We are fully conscious of the fact that security is key. Security is hallmark of development. You cannot be able to achieve development without security. We are conscious of our responsibility. We are not living in denial of the fact that we have challenges. But what is important is we are doing our best, and the armed forces that are here alongside with the police and other security agencies, they are doing their best. Like you know, sometimes last week we achieved a landmark victory where one of the notorious bandits who have done so much havoc in our state was neutralized. So it's a collaborative effort. We are not working at par. We are working together. We are conscious of the need to provide an enabling environment where public safety will be order of the day.
All right, interesting submission you've got there. And of course, you've been receiving some accolades, including from some of your previous critics. Someone like former federal lawmaker Shehu Sani has actually said 2 days ago that the security situation along the Abuja-Kaduna highway actually has improved. I mean, that he had to actually drive from Kaduna down to Abuja, and he stopped by and he did a sort of personal survey, and the villagers actually had good news to say about the efforts by the Kaduna state government. Now, talk to us about how Governor Obasani is also working on other security measures to contain other disturbances apart from these bandit attacks. Just today, there was an attack on the Zaria-Kano Road where we saw a truckload of spaghetti, being attacked by hungry citizens. So how are we working to ensure that it's not only attacks by bandits, but of course citizens are also carried along to prevent other security disturbances in Kaduna State?
Well, what happened in Dogara is quite unfortunate. It is something that we felt bad about it, and we are working with security agencies to see how we can be able to track down those that carried out that unfortunate situation with the key point of punishing them so that it can serve as a deterrence. There is no justification to block the road, and loot properties of a citizen. There is no justification for that. Then coming to your question about what the government of His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, what we are doing in order to enhance security across the state. First and foremost, it may interest you to know that in the coming weeks, there will be additional forward operating base that will be effected in Samunaka, in Lere local government area. We will equally have one in Jaba local government. Already in Birnungwari general area, there is sector 3 that is being worked upon, so that we can have more boots on the ground in the Birnungwari general area. If I say sector 3, sorry, in Birnungwari, of the Joint Task Force Operation Wild Punch, in Birnungwari general area, there is also 271 Nigerian Air Force detachment. They are working with the deployment of the Nigerian Army that are there. Now, around Giwa general area and Igabi, there is sector 6 of the same Joint Task Force. So you can see this is part of what government is doing, working with the defense headquarters, working with the Nigerian Air Force and the Nigerian Army in enhancing physical security. But beyond that, there is also a peace building process that government of Kaduna State is driven through the Kaduna State Peace Commission. The essential focus of the Kaduna State Peace Commission is to respond to symptoms that could generate to a problem, so that they work behind the scene, they try to attend to the problem. And the other thing that the governor is championing as a means of enhancing public safety is issue of spreading development, especially in the rural areas of the state. The governor believes that as part of non-kinetic measure of peace building, the provision of infrastructure, is also part of what you can do in order to bring about peace. By the time people have access to water, people have access to school, have access to road, have access to other public service or services that could make life more easier for them. He is of the view that that will also give them an opportunity through which they can be engaged. He is also talking about inclusion of ensuring that our citizens are involved in economic activities. By the time people have access to farms, doing so much in agriculture, definitely, it will enhance their economic activity and status. So in a nutshell, this is part of a few things that we are doing toward consolidation of peace, and also ensuring that we have a state that is free of violence and other issues associated with challenges of insecurity.
All right, and so just before I let you go, I want you to talk about the issue of interstate collaboration. You're actually neighboring Katsina, Kano, Plateau. Isn't there any sort of interstate collaboration in terms of security? Apart from the Northwest governors who met and talked about security, you also border Plateau State, and then of course you also border the Federal Capital Territory. So are there any mechanisms to co-opt these people into your Northwest governors program? Because I mean, these states are just right here close to you, and the issues of bandits movement or other kidnappers moving between either Plateau FCT is affecting you too. And Niger is there too. I mean, very terrible. So how are you working with these states to actually make Kaduna much more safer?
Well, there is no state that can mitigate banditry and terrorism in isolation. We are certainly working as a region. We are responding to these issues on that basis. The governors of the Northwest are working hand in hand, and I am happy to inform you that very soon there will be a collective Northwest Security Summit that the region will hold. The purpose of that is to look at the issues holistically, is to look at the issues of how do we bridge the gap, how can we be able to contain this situation. If you look at the nature of these bandits, they are highly mobile. They move from one state to another. And responding to these issues collectively is better off. You know, we are better off fighting banditry together, and we are not, and it's not going to be fine if everyone is working in isolation. So I'm happy to inform you that we are working together. We are doing the same thing with Plateau states. If you look at Basa local government, it has a border with Kauru local government area. The same thing applies to Kaura local government and Sanga local government that all have boundaries with some local government areas in Plateau. With Niger, we are working hand in hand. If you look at from Kachia to Chukun to Benungwari, they all have connections with Alawa general area that is in Niger, from Mashegu to Shiroro, to other locations in Katsina like Damusa, Faskari, and so on and so forth. We have also connections with Zamfara. So we are working hand in hand with them. There's no problem regarding that, and we intend to scale up what we are doing. So our governors are working in that direction, and some of us who are also behind them are equally reciprocating what they are doing, sharing intelligence, doing peer review, communicating with one another. And I could also tell you, if you won't mind, that on the side of the military is equally doing the same thing. Because if you look at the 3rd Armored Division in Jos, the GOC there doubles as the first commander of Operation Safe Haven. And Sector 7 of Operation Safe Haven is actually situated in southern part of the state. The same thing, we are working with 8th Division in Sokoto, because 8th Division in Sokoto comprises Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Katsina. Now, we are doing a lot, and we are really progressing. I also forget to inform you that there is the air component of Operation Wild Punch and that of Operation Sharon Daji. And we have been working together, sharing a lot of information, and we are scaling up intelligence gathering.
All right. Very interesting submission you've got there. And of course, I hope that the answers you've provided will help the people of Goningora and other parts of the state to feel a little bit relaxed that the Kaduna state government is working not just alone, but with other states to oversee security and then work for the interest of the people. But we must have to leave it here. And I must thank you so much, the Overseeing Commissioner for Internal Security in Kaduna State, Samuel Aruwan, has joined us to help us understand all the issues, including the protests that happened in Goningora, so to say. And of course, one very key thing I will take from you is that the governor is not just working on the security infrastructure and architecture in the state, but he's also ensuring that people are being empowered to go into agriculture and other issues to remove the issues of hunger, which is also making people to go into the issues of insecurity here and there. But we must thank you so much for joining us.